It's a big week for Washington fans.
And we're talking Madden ratings.
We got a surprise in the film room.
Finally, football is back.
All that and more starting right now. Welcome to Command Center. I am Brian Colbert here with Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson, Santana Moss, with some legends. Now, guys, best time of the year, baby. I can smell it. I can smell it in the air.
Yeah.
Football is almost back. Are y'all excited?
Well, I'm excited because these days more so, I don't have to get ready to play.
These days more so? What are you talking about?
I can talk about
These days.
I can just talk about it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Man.
Yeah.
Why am I still anxious though? Like it's something about this time of year. I feel like I gotta pack my bags and move into a college dorm myself. Like it still makes me anxious to get the year started around this time.
Yeah, for me, it's like no anxious. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch all these storylines we've been talking about the whole offseason. That's what I'm fired up for. No stress. It's great, man. I can live like this every day.
Well, I think our guys are excited too. We're very stress-free because we guys are putting in work this offseason. They have not wasted no time. We actually have a photo of Jahan Dawson. The NFL's tweeted this out now. Now he's rocking the Caitlin Clark. That's the You Can't See Me girl from the NCAA tournament. And he's getting in work with Terry. And Sam Howell was there throwing too. And Sam Howell's not just getting work on the field. He's also getting his modeling chops on Hot Living. Now, guys, I need y'all to rate the drip for me, man. How's the suit looking?
It's drip. That's hurricane drip right there. That's all I'm saying.
What'd you say? You said what?
I can get him married.
Yeah, right.
You know why? Because I said married quarterbacks win championships.
That's why that's important, man.
I love it, man. I can't say much more, but I know one of the things, if he was in the locker room with us, Fred would have been really proud about that suit.
That ain't no dead man suit right there. That's legit clean right there.
Now, guys, Sam was the only one getting some work off the field. Terry was also getting some work off the field. In this Eastern Automotive commercial, my guy looked good out there. You know what? I don't know if you heard him, but he said he feels like a young Denzel Washington.
Behind the scenes at the Easter Motor shoot. Back again for another year. Can't wait for you guys to see what we got cooking up. I'm a young Denzel out here, so hopefully y'all like what y'all see. Go Commanders.
That bar is too high right there, man. I'm sorry. You got Denzel, Eldridge. No. We gotta bring him down a level. But I can say this: whatever Terry puts his mind to, he can do it.
Hey, see, now I believe he's not the only wide receiver in Washington history that got a little skills with the acting. Our guy Santana Moss actually had his share of commercials back in the day. Now look at my man.
I was more that Maurice, not Maurice Chestnut, but Lorenz Tate. Memphis Society version of Lorenz Tate,
Do you remember the song?
I don't remember the song. I just remember the smack I was talking to the car. You know what I mean?
Oh, you think you're faster than me? Man, I run a 4.340. You think you have more gears than me? So you want a piece of me?
You know what it was? Eastern Motors. Put me in a car today. Eastern Motors. I drive it all the way. You know it.
Now, Fred, since you gave us the song, I'm gonna have to ask you, who is giving more Denzel? Santana or Terry? Now, you know
what? I ain't gonna hate, because I ain't gonna be biased right here. But I think Terry had a little bit more acting chops right there.
I would be the first team.
Well, listen, Fred ain't give you no love, but you know who did give you love? Kirk Cousins on the recent quarterback series on Netflix. Man, he showed you some love, man. We gotta check it out.
Hey, it was definitely unexpected. But you know, one of the things that we all live for, man, just to leave something behind to the guys that played with us. You know, some of the old vets did it to me, and I'm happy, man. Look, when I saw this, I almost teared up a little bit, honestly, man, because that's what you want. You want to be able to have a everlasting memory in those guys that played with you. And that's what matters to me the most. We got guys talking about every day who's better than who's that. I want the players that step into those locker rooms with me, step on the field with me to say, man, that guy Santana, he either showed me how to stay prepared, stay healthy, or just go out there and ball on the field, and he did that for me.
Yeah, man, you talk about getting emotional now. See, the Netflix made you emotional. You don't make me emotional. Knowing that the Madden ratings came out. That means Madden's almost in there. Time for our mission debrief presented by FedEx, where now meets next. And guys, it's Madden's rating season, and 2 of our top guys made the top 10. First up, Terry McLaurin, 92 overall. Santana, I'm gonna start with you.
Well deserved. I think one of the things that we look at, beyond just the Madden rating itself is, the play on the field. And I think every year he's basically stamped and let everyone know that, hey, I'm a top 10 wide receiver. Might be even higher if you ask me. But I think right now I'm being 92 as a rating right now for Madden, what is it?
92?
Dude.
Logan, was you never 92? You know I was never 92. I know, that's why I asked you. Oh, yes, I had to. But at the end of the day, that's an honor for your peers to respect you that much, to understand that this is how important you is, not to just your team. This is how important you is to the league. You are a part of the elite 1% of the elite 1%.
100%. And for a guy that is 8th, like he wasn't even top 10, he was 8. He's ahead of AJ Brown. He's ahead of Cooper Kupp. He's in that mix of those guys that are elite football players, and it's really, really nice for this team that hasn't been that good, like no offense, for a player to be getting that kind of recognition on a national stage. Like this tweet's going out everywhere. It does nothing but good things for the organization and for Terry.
And you mentioned elite football players. I'm with 3 elite football players right here.
Yeah, nice,
y'all remember y'all highest Madden rating. Y'all had a few now. Y'all remember y'all highest rating.
I feel a lot coming on.
I don't remember. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that I look for the speed.
You want to go to speed?
I wanted to make sure. Hey, give me in my 90s. Put me in the 90s in the speed, and I'm cool. I was one of those guys that played with a lot of quarterbacks, so I didn't ever really anticipate that. You know, every year didn't fall to be one of those years that I say that was my best year. So I knew Matt wasn't gonna always show me love. You know.
Well, I know this. I know y'all do some terrible reporting on this show. Your research department stinks. All right, this is all I'm gonna tell the truth. Yes, it does. All right, here go the truth.
No,
like I said, Logan, you got your version. I got the truth.
Fred,
here go the truth.
When you look it up and the number says X, you can't.
Did John Madden tell you that? So at the end of the day, this is what I'm gonna tell you. They gonna sit here and tell me my highest rating was an 82. That's a lie. Hey, listen, this is what I know about a pair of lips. They'll tell a lie. So at the end of the day, I embraced the fact that mine was higher than that. And I played with guys, partnered up with some of the best corners ever in the league. So I enjoyed that. How about yours? What's your highest?
I don't know. Probably
70.
Yeah, 70. Is that you remember?
Congratulations.
I'm all right with that.
Now, you know that was a good guess because Logan 70. You were 82. Now, I didn't do research together. I'm just reading the number.
Yeah, just read the number.
And Big Dog Santana.
Oh man.
What we got?
92. You was very careful. I was a 90.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I care less about it because I think one of the things about it, playing the game, being 92 didn't mean nothing in the game. You got to go out there and
still play the game.
You know what I mean? Play the game. So it is what it is. Put it like that.
Yeah. And another top guy got some love. We're going to talk about the defense a little bit. Jonathan Allen also was ranked top 10 in his position. Yeah. How y'all feel about him? Do y'all think that was deserving?
To be expected. I think he's one of those guys that he's shown you since day one. But when he got a clean bill of health, he's been that guy for us. He's been a wrecker. And I think the last 2 years, he's basically stamped and solidified that he's one of the better defensive linemen in the league.
And he's one of them homegrown child that we got. We drafted him. He's from Ashburn, Virginia. His history is here. He has played for 3 teams and haven't left his house. He's been the guy that's been through the ups and downs with us. To see him get his just dessert, him and Terry, I think they deserve it all.
I think that's fantastic, 100%. The thing that's a little surprising to me is Payne. After the year he had, he's not in that mix. He's not in that conversation. I'll take it away from John. He 100% deserves it. Every year, the consistency, the professionalism, the leadership, 100% 92. But Duran, man, 11 and a half sacks last year. Come on, let's get him in there also.
Tress, wait. Hey, punters matter. All right, punters matter. Tress, wait.
One of the things that count too, every game they get a chance to up them rating.
Unlike us. Unlike us.
When we were locked in, we were locked in.
So when you're 82, you're 82.
I was saying, if you was 89,
when you mid.
Well, you know what? I know the Madden ratings got us fired up, but I know somebody that's really fired up, and that's Fred.
I am fired up, and I'm gonna give it to you. Time for Fred's Fired Up, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Welcome, Fred. Welcome to Fred's Fired Up, and here go the first thing I'm fired up about. At the end of the day, let's act like the biggest narcissists in the world don't like to see themselves on a video game. Don't act like they don't want to see themselves ranked 99.
I don't care about that.
So you didn't care when your nephew played the game.
And he was like, you're trash?
And he's like, look, you're ranked 65. line. Did that not bother you?
It bothered me a
Right?
little bit.
Did it not bother you?
bothered me.
I mean, so let's stop the lying player. We care. We care if a wide receiver is ranked higher than us. We care if our contemporary, the defensive back, is ranked higher than me. Did you not think I looked at that thing and seen that Sean Springs was like 2 points higher than me? And I almost lost everything. Bluefoot. Never be ranked higher than me. So at the end of the day, we do care. And think about this, America. If it was a video game of your job, would you care where you was ranked at? Be honest. So at the end of the day, we are who we are with Madden rules. Don't forget that.
Now, 2022 was a heck of a season for our Washington's defense. They were one of the best in the league when it came to yards allowed and passing yards per game. That's top 5 in both of those categories. Now, fellas, these are some impressive numbers. What led to that success for this defense? I'll start with you, Santana.
I think one of the things that led to is just having something consistent.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about it as players having consistency. I remember being a player, didn't have the same offensive coordinator, didn't have the same quarterback. So it's hard to kind of go out there and put up the same numbers. These guys had the same room, the same coach. And now that scheme and that everything that's being taught, they finally got it. And so they was able to just put their ears back and go out there and get after the ball. You know?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to revolve around Jack Del Rio. Because Jack Del Rio being the brainchild and him having confidence in these guys because he's coached them year after year after year. He understands where they win it and they understand what he wants. So at the end of the day, I think they can only get better. I think sky's the limit with this group because they only gonna play faster as they understand the defense even more.
I was going to say, great minds think alike. I was also going to say Jack Del Rio, but if I can't say Jack Del Rio, I'm going to say young football players growing up, right? Forrest maturing, Benjamin St. Juice growing up, Montez Sweat kind of emerging, kind of becoming more dominant. Payne in a contract year playing really well. All those young pieces kind of coming together, that's what makes a defense, right? It's the guys, it's the Jimmys and the Joes, right? Not the X's and O's all the time. And I think we saw that last year, and I'm pumped up because I think we got better at a lot of key spots.
And you talk about the youth. Chase Young, a healthy Chase Young makes a huge difference for this defense coming into this season.
1,000%. I mean, he's the guy. Like, here he is right here. Look at these eyes right here, guys. I mean, I'm excited. If he is the guy, he's the guy that was the second pick overall. Like, look at the rest of these dogs, right? We got an actual dog right here. Oh, this is an unstoppable. This is by far the best defensive line in the league. If he comes along and plays the way we know he's capable of playing, so I'm super excited.
But you too smart to just say these 4. When you got Federian Memphis and you got Ridgeway, you got Hill, you got James Smith, Hyphen, Williams, you got so many dudes.
The whole group's deep.
The whole group is deep, and not just the defensive line. It's the defensive backs now. Like now that you've taken your first 2 draft picks and put it into cornerback collateral, I think right now Jack Del Rio is just sitting in his office grinning from ear to ear, just chest to kick like my grandmother used to say, because he happy that he can just sit back and call whatever he wants.
Yeah, depth is the key, and we have it. I think we have depth, we have youth, and we got a pretty good football
talent.
coach.
And we got talent.
And the talent there, you know. So,
and I think it's the perfect time, Logan, to start breaking down some film.
Let's talk about Chase Young, right?
Yes, sir. Time to go inside the film room, presented by Amino. It pays to be healthy.
All right, guys, let's talk about Chase Young. The guy, we've talked a lot about, but I think we forget.
Easily you forget.
We forget, he's been out for a little bit, injury, right? Lackluster second year because of the injury. Dude, when he was playing at his peak, man, you saw a guy who was capable of making almost any play on the field, right? Here he is. They're going to kind of run power at him, downhill, getting doubled by the tight end. You watch him just blow this up in the back. This is 4th and 1.
And this is speed. All right, let me tell you something. This man is 6'6", 280 pounds. This is speed, him blowing past a tight end, getting to the point of attack. And when he gets there, this is the thing that makes him special. When he gets to the point of attack, he gets there with bad intentions. When he gets there with bad intentions, he turns the ball over.
It was weird when I was watching this cut up of him, all these plays he did. He's got a little bit of like Sean Taylor in the sense that he makes explosive plays. You said he gets there with bad intentions. Like, this is a play he should not make. This is outside zone to the right. Our guy Montez Sweat does a good job forcing it back. And he says, "What's up? I'll put my helmet right between your shoulder blades." That ball's out.
He's a freakish athlete. That's what he is.
Freakish athlete. So we got a 4th and 1. We got a forced fumble, and like that, he had 7 sacks or whatever it was. But these again, attacking this ball at the mesh point, giving the quarterback a false indicator here, making him pull it, and then being able to make that play. It's a guy who's making his own luck in terms of making plays. And again, this was 2 years ago, but I think he's got this, man. We saw him in the spring. We saw how athletic and how dynamic he is. He's a special talent. And here he is on the edge, right? You haven't seen a ton of pass rush, but he does have this ability when he just goes. When he's just powerful. To get that football out. This is not like, you could get highlight plays, rushes for guys for the whole year. For him to get this many turnovers on this many snaps, it's a very unique skill set.
Well, that tells you he focuses on getting the ball back. He don't focus on making sacks. A lot of guys are sack artists. But most guys that want to change games, Khalil Mack and those type guys, they get the sack, they get the fumble, they get the turnover. This guy's a turnover machine, and when you let him loose, he can change games and he can win games.
And you said this, Fred. He's a guy that arrives with bad intentions, and nothing kind of captures that more than this play. Here he is. He's running. I mean, this is like a 40-yard run. Far hash to near hash, gets a little help here from Apke, and then bam! That ball is out.
Bad intention.
And you got to be hitting people the right way to get the ball out like that. And so for him to be around the football, for him to cause turnovers, I just think about what that's going to do for this defense, guys. Think about it. If he can get a couple more turnovers, that's why they brought in Emmanuel Forbes. It's for the turnovers. He has a little bit of that at the defensive end spot. Here he's at the spinner. He's on a stunt. And again, a guy who just finds himself around the football.
I think it's safe to say that's what separates good players from the great players. You know what I mean? And he's one of those guys used to make play after play that puts him on the level of saying he's great.
Now look at this. This is one young man rumble right here. You don't understand how big and fast this dude is, and this is what you call changing games. This is why you take him at the number 2 pick. This is why we didn't take Joe Burrow. This is what the reason we brought him here for, and this is the really thing that scares me. It should scare the rest of the league. You can't double team into these guys. They make it the way that you cannot double team in it.
I was about to watch this. We have all 3 of these guys. These are the Hogs, right? These are the new Hogs. Yes, these are your guys. Watch them run here. Watch them run to get out in front and blocking Trent Williams. There's a bunch of freak athletes and guys that can make plays. So I had to remind myself, man. He was special in 2020, especially the last half of that year. We saw him in OTAs. We saw him in minicamp. He's a guy that's got it. And if he's back with that group, it's going to be a really dangerous combination. And I know we all can't wait to watch it.
I can't wait.
Excellent film breakdown, Chase Young. Now let's look at the stats for Chase Young. Now, since being drafted 2nd overall in 2020, the defensive end has made his presence known. His rookie season, Young put up 7.5 sacks and forced 4 fumbles, earning him 2020 Rookie of the Year. Throughout his 3 seasons in Washington, he has appeared in 27 games. Young spent the majority of the 2022 season recovering from injury, but played the final 3 games of the season. And this is very impressive for somebody that has struggled with injury. These numbers are extremely impressive. And Fred and London Fletcher got a chance to talk to the man with the golden locks. It's your Field Pass, brought to you by Washington Times.
All right, Chase Young back in the building, man. How are you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. That's just, You
look good.
You're looking rejuvenated. You're looking like you ready to let the league know who you are and what you're ready to stand up for. How you feeling right now?
It's about that time, man. You know how that goes. It's about that time. I've been I ain't stopped working after the season. I've been grinding, so I just feel like I'm ready.
You mentioned being ready. Last year you finally played the last 3 games of the season. There's a difference between rehabbing and training.
Yes.
This offseason you had an opportunity to train for the season. What can the fans expect from Chase Young this year?
Man, I ain't gonna say too much, man.
Let it out. Let it out. Don't hide nothing. Let it out.
Will we get the best of Chase Young?
I believe so. Man, I ain't gonna say too much, Flash. I ain't gonna say too much, Smooth. I'm just going. I'm gonna do what I do, and then you gonna hear it. Then you gonna hear it.
That's funny what Fletch said. At the end of the day, it's a difference between us going out there and thinking about making plays and not thinking about the injury. Right. And most people don't think about that. Like, you did play at the end of last year, but you also played at the end of last year coming off of an injury. Coming back into this year, how do you feel confidence-wise? Like, I'm just going to relax and I'm just going to play football.
Yeah, now I can just, because that mindset where, you still thinking about your leg and, you just might not move as fast because you real hesitant, But now I can let the leash off. You can take the pit bull off the leash. Time to go bite something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great seeing you guys catch up with Chase Young. He looks strong, he looks healthy, and that's a beautiful thing to see. And in Washington fans, if you want to see Chase Young, this is your chance. This is the training camp schedule for fans. Y'all can pull up and see y'all Commanders during training camp. Now, guys, Schedule's cool. We've had a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
But you know, I think we've had so much fun. I kind of want to play a game. Y'all cool playing a game? Nah, this is gonna be like a game show. Imagine I got the mic right here. I'm hosting right now. All right. We're calling it Name That Commander. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. And y'all name that commander. We're gonna start down the line. We're gonna start with you, Santana. Who are you most excited to see during this training camp?
Sam Howell.
Oh gosh.
Sam Howell.
Hanging fruit.
It's right? It's obvious, right there. It's obvious. I mean, honestly, we could say a lot of guys, but I'm saying Sam Howell. One, I was receiver. Yeah. Two, right now, I think this league is a quarterback-driven league. Yeah. I want to see who's going to be leading our ship. So Sam Howell will be the guy that I have my binoculars on, whatever you want to call it, bifocals. I'm gonna make sure that I'm paying close attention to what Sam is doing.
Oh, me myself, want a manual phone.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Just so he can show the league he belongs. Just so he can show the league that he would deserve to be taken in the spot that he was. And just so he can show the league that once you're a Mississippi State Bulldog, oh, that's for life.
For me, it's Logan Thomas. And I think Logan Thomas, again, I'm a tight end. I get excited about tight ends. But I think he's poised, right? Because of his relationship with Sam Howell, because he's a former quarterback in this West Coast offense, to absolutely be crushing it. So, can't wait to watch him and watch that whole group, really, because I think that's a really dynamic group.
Yeah, man. Great answers, guys. Great answers. Luckily, y'all don't get rated, so y'all are good to go. Logan, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
All right, who do you think is the most under the radar commander right now?
Gosh, I think, if I had to say something, I was thinking about Sam Cosmi for this, because Sam Cosmi is a guy who is moving positions, tremendous athlete, high RAS score, a guy that's been in and out of the lineup with injuries, kind of not be able to find a perfect home. I think this offense, Eric Bieniemy's tutelage, the new offensive line coaching system, the new run game is going to benefit him. I think he's going to find his home at guard. I think it suits him better. So I think he's a guy that could be really sneaky good this year.
Mine would be one Khalid Hudson. You know why?
I thought you were going to say Emmanuel Force again.
I probably was going to say Emmanuel Force. I was that close to saying it. But Khalid Hudson, because he's that guy that just playing his way on the field, and now he's getting to that year where you can't keep him off that field. Now he getting to that year where now I want to introduce myself to everybody else in the league. He reminds me of one guy that I played with by the name of Antonio Pierce, who went on to win a Super Bowl. I watched him develop until he became not just a starter, until he became a star. Khalid Hudson is that dude that I'm watching.
I would say Jamin Davis. I think he's one of those guys that for the last few years we've been talking about him coming into the preseason. This is the first time we haven't. And last year, early in the season, we was talking about what he wasn't doing. And clearly they was wrong. Somebody wasn't watching film. So I think he's one of those guys that's under the radar right now. This defense is primed to allow him to really be a wrecker. I mean, he's not a guy that have to play in the middle. He can run sideline to sideline all day. I think one of the things that scares the most with him is him in coverage. And I think they kind of hide that when they bring in some of the other guys on the field for us in our secondary. So he's the guy that's under the radar. He's the guy that I'm expecting big things from, and he's one of those guys that I know he's ready to go out there and show the world what he can do.
Oh man, I'm loving this game, man. I feel like Van White up here. All I need is some theme music down here. All right, last one. We're gonna start with you, Santana. Okay. Which commander takes the biggest leap?
This is a hard one. I thought hard about this. Turner.
Turner?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Turner. I think last year we talked about the tight end position a lot, and it was kind of hard for me to see where these tight ends was going to be at in his offense, just knowing that Logan was back last year. This offense though with EB, Logan Paulson has showed us so many different times that he has 3 different tight ends on the field at the same time.
A lot.
This may allow Turner to be the tight end that we think he can be. He's not the guy that I traditionally is going to see in the line, put his foot, 3-point slam, put his hands in the ground. I think he's going to be one of those guys that we use and spread out offenses and move him around to be that valuable piece for Sam. And I think when you look at that and look at some of the packages that he's going to probably be in, he should have one of those seasons that we kind of sit there and scratch our head like, hey, we didn't see it coming. So I'm going to tell you now, I'm seeing it coming already.
All right, there we go. I like it.
I watched a Memphis running back tear the league up last year. Why not go with Antonio Gibson? I think Antonio Gibson. Thank you. I steal your answers all the time. AG is the guy. I think, first of all, Eric Bieniemy's offense is going to peel the layers back on his talent and let him get in the space and start to really hurt people. I think we're going to see him line up at wide receiver and stay there this year more than we ever seen him play. And I just think this offense is set up to showcase his talents, period. I think he's an all-around back. I think he's a 3-down back. And I think he's going to show everybody this year, I'm one of the 32 best in this league.
Yeah, I mean, you took my answer. But I'm gonna take a guy from you. I'm gonna say Montez Sweat. And it was like, Montez Sweat, he's good. Montez Sweat was 4th in the NFL in hurries last year. Everyone talks about Payne, everyone talks about Allen, everyone talks about Chase Young. He's a guy that's flying under the radar a little bit. I think he's poised for a monstrous season. I think that's why I'm going to say him. It's not that he's going to be good. It's going to be that he's going to be great. I think that all starts in training camp.
Yeah. Now, guys, what a great game show, because y'all are all winners. Y'all are all winners. I feel like a winner, too. Washington fans, y'all are winners as well. Now, before we go, Thursday is going to be a big vote by the NFL. So stay tuned to all of our social channels so you can get updates on that. Logan, Fred, Santana, Brian Colbert here. This is the Command Center.
Hi, I'm Jeff Dick, Chairman and CEO of Main Street Bank. Every dollar we touch is not our own. Every dollar represents the countless hours spent on the construction site, late nights in the office, time away from family and friends. Remembering this keeps us in touch with what we do and who we do it for. At Main Street Bank, we are honored to be stewards of our clients' dreams, aspirations, and their money. Bank where trust matters and where you matter.